What's up guys, my name is Ben Quan, I'm associate broker here in Virginia, and today we're super excited to show you two different listings we have coming up and even another one on the way. It seems like we ran into land here lately, so I have Chelsea right here and Tammy's gonna be jumping on here in a second to talk about her parcel, and we are gonna go over it. We have some drone footage and some stats that we'd like to go over. All right, so first up, we are here in Spotsylvania with Chelsea, who just picked up this parcel that we just walked here a second ago. Mount Olive Road, which is in Spotsylvania, Bumpus, just south of Lake Anna. About what took us 27 minutes from pretty much the heart of Fredericksburg to get here, something like that. So this property is how many acres?
It's 11.2 acres in a nice location. There's also some like 100 acres for sale up the road. So
a gigantic parcel. It's already been clear cut, but deal with that a different day.
That later, yeah. But yeah, no, this one, nice piece of property. We just got done walking it. It's a nice flat piece of property. You know, it's 11 acres, so there's a potential possibly to subdivide it into two.
We talked to the county and they said that potentially, depending on measurements, and there's a 5-to-1 rule which we don't need to get into, but depending on the measurements and how it perks and everything, you could get another lot out of this property if you wanted to subdivide it. Yeah, we're hearing some mixed opinions on that though, so we're not going to promise it by any means, but it's something that we could look into a little bit more for you guys.
We envision a rambler on a crawl space closer to the front of the lot, clear a nice part, have a beautiful wooded backyard. There's a creek at the very back of the property. So, you know, one house on 11 acres, a lot of people like that idea. Yeah,
there is a little low land back there, but it's not holding water by any means, but there is a nice knoll right off to our left-hand side. It would make a good house site. And this property it was proposed as a subdivision back in, or not a subdivision, but two parcels. Yeah, so we have proposed plat that was never recorded down the county for a subdivision, not a subdivision, but the dividing of this property, two different parcels. It's done in 2013, it's nothing official, but at that time the owner did get two perk sites, one being pretty close up to the front of the property and one kind of back on that knoll that we talked about a little bit earlier. So that was envisioned of the two different parcels, but it would make a great house site regardless whether you want 11 acres or if you want to subdivide it. So yeah, we imagine just because how flat the property is that probably a rambler, at least one of them is going to be a rambler on a crawl space or two-story. It doesn't need to be a rambler by any means, but probably on a crawl space, just knowing how flat this property is. And then the one on the knoll, you probably could get away with some sort of basement. So well, why don't you give some details on the list price?
Yeah, so this one's listed at $125,000.
We kept in mind a little bit with the strategy the potential of two different building lots, which would put it about $62,500 for a buildable lot if it were subdivided. So it could be a good deal for someone, but if not, how much per acre on that? That's still just over $10,000 an acre. So it's a pretty good deal all the way around. We see a lot of time with land that people price it pretty high, but you know, you'll see people $15,000, $20,000 an acre, and you see those properties on the market for 1,000 days very easily. A lot of times they just never sell. You price it pretty aggressively to make sure this thing moves, and anyway, yeah, it's a good deal. So hopefully, if you guys have any questions, reach out to me or Chelsea. Yeah, hopefully we can get something together for you guys. So for this other property that we're going to talk to, I brought Tammy in, who is the listing agent on that one. That one's in Orange, which is just one county over at border Spotsylvania, right to the west of us. The reason we couldn't do the video there yesterday is because essentially the woods butt right up to the main road, so there's no place for me to turn off on, and more than just us to get some drone and walk it really quick, but I didn't want to do a full-blown video on the side of the road. So anyway, Tammy, tell me a little bit to your property out here in Orange.
It is 15.4 acres. It's $141,000. And as we walked it, we saw that it has a lot of hardwoods.
Yeah, you can tell this property's probably been high graded at some point and clear cutted more on the back. But on that orange parcel, you have beautiful hardwoods throughout, I mean, the whole parcel. And like we said, it is 15 acres. We priced it again about that $10,000 an acre. That's the comps that we found in the general area that have been selling. Again, you see some that are active for a lot more, but they never sell. So what do you envision with that property?
We're checking with the county now to see how much it can be subdivided, but I would think with it being that big, we could do at least two, possibly 3 lots on it. Yeah, so we again priced it aggressively there to see if any builders could bite on it. But I mean, after walking that lot and seeing there's a nice creek, a real pretty creek, but creeks become issues when you go to build, but real pretty creek running through, that property would be really great for one big house, don't you think? Sure.
You know?
I mean, yeah.
Well, she doesn't feel very excited about it, but that being said, I can imagine a very nice, beautiful house. There's a real nice knoll, nice valley off the back, so you have a nice walkout basement. that property I think would be suited for a one owner that wants 15 acres. But yeah, we can subdivide it. I don't know, she wants to subdivide it, sounds like. It's right across the street from a church too. Yeah, it's a really good lot. All right guys, so that's gonna wrap up this video. Hopefully we got enough footage as we were walking it and drone that you'll be able to get a good lay of the land. But as always, if you reach out, we'll send you any information that we can get on it. We have plats for a lot of them. We have aerials for a lot of them, GIS maps, stuff like that. And so we'll try our best to get any information you guys need. As always, like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.